All right, welcome back. So this video is a little bit different than the other ones I've done on investing and different things you can get into. But it's important, I think, as part of, I guess, your skill set in terms of knowledge of what it takes to become wealthy, to whatever level. And it's about math, it's about perception, psychology, and what it takes and how you can get to great levels of wealth much faster than what you might think. So there are a couple things that you probably heard related to money. One is it takes money to make money, and the other is the rich get richer. The rich make more money, the rich get richer, the poor get poorer. Both are true. Both of those things are true, and I'll explain why. So it takes money to make money. Like if you put nothing into an investment, you're going to get nothing back. That's pretty obvious, right? If something does a 10x or a 2x or a 50x or 100x, 0 times 50, 0 times 100 is still 0. You got to put something in. You got to have skin in the game if you actually want to see returns in any particular asset, any particular investment that you have. And I'm just going to walk into, I think I'm going to stay here on this side of the building because it's like I got people out in front and it's like there are mowers and people getting ready to mow, and it's like I don't know what it's gonna be like, but and we got people over here in the pool and all that kind of stuff. But okay, so it does take money to make money. Like you gotta have skin in the game, right? And if you put nothing in, like I said, to an investment that does 1,000x or 100x, you're gonna get 0. But if you put it $1, just $1 into an investment that does a 100x, you get $100, right? You put $1,000 into something that does a 100x, you get $100,000. So this is an example of math and how the rich get richer. Okay, so if you have more money to put in to an investment, you're gonna get richer because the math is the same for everybody. Math does not care how much money you have. Math does not care about your social class, about anything. It's math. Math doesn't care. It works the same for everybody. So if you put it for an investment that does 100x, you put $1 in, you get $100 out. Put $1,000 in, you get $100,000 out. You put $1 million in, you get $100 million out, right? So the rich, people who have more money, get more money as a result of that equation happening. So it's pretty simple. And I want to point this out and drive this home because a lot of times I think people think when they build up, they have a dividend portfolio, for example, that currently yields like $1,000 a month or $2,000 a month or $5,000 a month or whatever. And they're looking at their end goal and they're going, oh man, that thing is so far away. It's going to be hard to get there. And they don't think in terms of like math and like how many, what percent increase do they need? Or does it need to do a 2x, 5x, whatever, They don't think about it like that. And they never ask the question like, well, what investment could get me a 2x or a 5x or a 10x or 50x? They don't take the time to do that. And so that it holds them back because they never rotate into those investments like cryptocurrency that can rocket their wealth forward. A lot of people psychologically, like if you were to see a stack of 1,000 $1 bills on a table, you would be like, okay, well, that's a lot of money. That's cool. It's a lot of money. But then if you saw a stack of 1,000,000 $1 bills on a table, you would go, that's a shit ton of money. I could never have that amount of money. I wish I could have that amount of money. And people don't realize that the stack of $1,000 bills is the same distance, mathematically speaking, from $1 as is that stack of $1 million. Because it takes 1,000x move to go from $1 to $1,000. It takes 1,000x move to go from $1,000 to $1 million. Another 1,000x move to go from $1 million to $1 billion. Same thing, same math. Like the stacks of cash get huger, but psychologically, it holds people back, and people think I could never do that. And so you'll probably hear a lot of people say, well, I'm not a millionaire. I couldn't do that. I couldn't, I'll never have $1 million. I'll never be a multimillionaire. I'll never be able to do that. And they sabotage themselves psychologically because they perceive it to be a big number. They perceive it to be something that they can't achieve. When in reality, most people can achieve it. Like most people just waste money on a whole bunch of stupid stuff that they don't need. Like, and we do this too. Like, I mean, I'm guilty of this too. I buy stuff and I'm like, I don't really need this. This is useless, but I have the cash to support it, so it doesn't really bother me. But a lot of people who could be in a much better financial situation waste a bunch of money on stupid shit they don't need, and that money could be directed elsewhere into investments that change their life for the positive in a big way. And so it's like, here's a real good example, like BCHG. I just did a video on this. You know, if we have a potential to do 100x, move from here. That's incredible. I mean, it's incredible. And it, you know, if people got in to BCHG, when I was first talking about it early summer, they've already done like a 6x. I'll just call it a 5x to make the math simpler here, but it's actually a 6x. But if they had gotten a 5x and they had put $2,000 in, they're at a $10,000 right now, right? But if we do 100x from here, that $10,000 turns into $1 million. Like that's what the math does. So they put $2,000 in, and they're going to end up with $1 million. Incredible returns. Far better than, you know, than if they had put $2 in, and way better than if they had put $0 in. There are people that are anti-crypto because they view it as too risky, and they're not willing to get into it, and therefore they put $0 on the table, and so they'll get $0 of the gain. That 0 times 100, 0 times 50, 0 times 500 is still 0, and they're not going to get anywhere. And so this is where it's important. It's like, if you understand how assets of different classes can magnify your returns immensely, it's like you should definitely leverage them. And cryptocurrency is like, it's like the best investment to do that in my opinion. And not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a dude who's going to be a billionaire in this crypto bull run, and I mean that. It's like, okay, so as an example, like I probably put like, I don't know, 10 million maybe max into crypto, and it's like I think it's like $28 million worth of crypto and Grayscale products right now. 28 million. So if we at least do a 33x, I'm going to hit the $1 billion mark, assuming I don't cash out a lot before that we actually hit peak prices. But that's it. That's all it took. And I know it's not a lot of people. They're like, well, $10 million is a lot to put in. And yes, it is. But it's the math is the same. Like, to get to a millionaire, like if you had put $10,000 in, you would be over $1 million, you know, or $1.5 million or 2 million. And by the time we hit some of these price points, hopefully, that we could potentially hit, like that's the math is the same. It's like, it's just as easy to go from a thousandaire to a millionaire as it is to go from a millionaire to a billionaire. The only problems that you have going to a billionaire is like you have to deal with massive money problems, moving money around and shit that you don't have when you're a millionaire. But the math in terms of investments, the returns are the same. And so it's like, if you're starting out, like, you know, and you think you starting out and you don't have a whole lot, and you're thinking, I'll never, you know, it's gonna be forever before I reach millionaire status or go beyond that. Well, it's not necessarily true. It's partially in your mindset, because your mindset is going to determine your future. I mean, if there are investments staring you right in the front of the, staring you right in the face, that could do a 50x or a 100x or a 10x even, and you don't move on them, well, then you're not going to get the returns. Like there are a lot of people that are, and I love dividend investing. I'm not putting down dividend investors at all. However, people who are only dividend investors and are not willing to entertain cryptocurrency and the Grayscale Trust, they're not going to get the gains. Best case scenario for a dividend investor is they're getting like 100% yield out of Coney, SQY, stuff like that, which is a tremendous return, but it's only a 2x, you know, it's actually less than a 2x when you count your taxes. Like if you, like for me, it's, even though I might be getting 100% yield, it's like I'm really only taking home half of that after taxes. So I get like a 1.5x per year, a 50% increase per year, which is still an incredible yield, incredible yield. And with snowball, compounding the snowball effect, it's like you can just grow your assets pretty quickly. But not as quick as you can as if you leverage cryptocurrency. And cryptocurrency can do a 10x or a 20x or a 30x or a 50x or even, potentially 100x, like in BCHG and LTCN. And those things just, it changes the game, right? So it's just, everything is math. And it's like math, again, doesn't care how much money you have. Math will be happy to work the same for you if you have $0 or if you put $0 into an investment, because the math works the same. It's like 100x times 0 is 0. The math did its job for you, and nothing will happen. Like, you will not get any gains if you are willing to put in $1 or $100 or $1,000 into an investment. Well, then math will work for you, and it will give you a return of 100x or 50x or 1000x or whatever it is that asset returns. So it'll do its thing. But it is true. It's like it takes money to make money. That is true. And it is also true that the rich get richer while the poor get poorer, because the rich make money with assets. And the faster you make money with assets, the faster you're going to get rich. And the poor generally don't invest. So best case, they usually stick their money in a checking account, and inflation erodes the value of their money away. That's why they make less and less, and they wonder why things are getting more expensive with inflation, and their pay rate isn't changing and all that kind of stuff. It's like, you got to look at the future. Like the economy doesn't reward hard work. It doesn't. It does not reward hard work. Generally speaking, it does not. It rewards smart people. And smart people use their money to make money. Smart people become investors. Smart people escape the system. And if you don't escape the system, if you're not willing to learn about it, you'll never make it. And this is what pisses me off about society. And maybe somebody way back when decided intentionally to not teach about finance and money and investing, because they were like, if everybody becomes a successful investor, we'll have no worker bees to support society. Maybe somebody did that intentionally, and a group of cohorts were like, yeah, a group of cohorts. Let me just move. Hold on. You never know what to expect. But maybe they decided that. Like, it's, you just never know. It wouldn't surprise me. Like, the whole world seems messed up. And conspiracies are true in a lot of cases. So it wouldn't surprise me. But society does not reward hard work. Society rewards smarts, intelligence. Like, if you are willing to become an investor and get into assets that increase your cash, your holdings, your portfolio, especially in a big way, you're going to be massively rewarded. Like, so that's my math talk. It relates to psychology as well. So some things there that are important takeaways are math works the same for everyone. It does take money to make money. You got to put money into assets that you think are going to increase to actually get a gain. And the psychology is so important. It holds so many people back. So many people think they can never get to a certain level of wealth, and therefore they never take the steps that will allow them to get there. I mean, it's like it was like 6 years ago, I set for myself a goal. I'm like, I'm gonna be a billionaire by the time I'm 65. And I don't know what the fuck I was doing. I was just like, my goal now is to become a billionaire. And I didn't have that much, it's like I just gotten out of divorce, just come back to basically a net value or net worth of about zero, right? I had to rebuild myself. But I was like, I'm gonna become a billionaire by the time I'm 65. And it's like, okay, well, I'm pretty sure I can get there. But I was not expecting that it's gonna happen this bull run. And it's gonna happen this bull run. Now, it's not gonna be permanent. I'm gonna hit billionaire status and I'll show my fucking portfolio and be like, this is it. Like, check this out. But it's not gonna stick. It's not gonna last, because I cannot sell that amount of crypto. No, and I'd probably be kidnapped by the IRS and questioned as being a drug lord or money launderer or something. I can't sell that much. But I'll hit that number, right? And then it's like, okay, well, damn. It's like, now I'll have like a ton of money to stick into dividend ETFs to generate income over the couple of years. And I'll go in on the next bull run and generate some more cash, and I'll get closer to, or maybe become a permanent billionaire. And you might have this thing where you're like, you are working towards becoming a millionaire. Whatever the goal is that you have, the math works the same for me and you. It does. So it's like I said, like if you had put $10,000 into the assets that I did, when I did, you'd become a millionaire plus. Just like I put 10 million, I put 1,000 times that, I will get 1,000 times more. But the math is the same for you and I. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't give a shit about who you are, where you came from, your education, any of that. The math works the same for everyone. So it's like that. It's just the way it is. So hopefully this got you thinking a little bit in a little bit different way about what you can do with your investments. Maybe changing up your portfolio a little bit, maybe taking a little bit more risk, maybe putting something into things like cryptocurrency, grayscale products, all that kind of stuff. Hopefully it did, because the journey might seem like it's forever and a long road to go from $1,000 to $1 million, but honestly, it's not. If you know the right assets to be in, and where to rotate your money, it doesn't take that long at all. And it's just like you put $1 million into assets, it doesn't take that long to become a billionaire. So you can I mean, if you have 10 years like of good life left in you, maybe 12, you can become a billionaire. No matter, even if you're starting with $1,000, like you can get there. You can get there. So just believe in yourself and just learn as much as you can. One of the things I love about all this, I know this video is going on for a while, and kudos to you if you're still watching this. But I always love learning about investing, learning about finance, trying to figure out like what's the most efficient way that I can invest my money to expand my wealth and grow my wealth. And so that's helped me. So the more time that you put in on your own to learning about different assets and investment vehicles, the better off you're going to be, whether it's dividend investing or cryptocurrency or real estate or whatever it is. Everybody's journey is different, so you just got to make the most of it. I'm going to end this video here. We're going on for a long time, but thanks for listening if you made it to the end. If you aren't already a member of our Discord channel or Discord server, please join it. I'll link to our Discord below. We've got over 1,000 people from all around the world that talk about investing in cryptocurrency, dividend, ETFs, grayscale products, stuff like that. So definitely join Discord. All right, that's it for this video, guys. Leave a comment or question down below, or ask the question in Discord. I'll see you guys soon. Take care.